All right, joining me now on Inside TBT from Team Gibson, GM Tamik Floyd, and then, of course, Taj Gibson. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you, Andrew.
Absolutely. I want to start off, obviously we got Team Gibson. You guys have put together a real good team. You got a tough first-round matchup, but you've put together a good squad. Headlined, maybe not necessarily ability headline, but he'll tell you differently. Headlined by Devin Funches. Would love, Tamik, you could start it off, pass it to Taj, just a little, background on how these guys came on the team and, Team Gibson as a whole.
Yeah, so it was last year when I was playing in Rucker Park. Taj had an appearance there, and it was just the atmosphere was just so dope. And I was like, bro, we need to do this next year. And he was like, let's go. I stood in touch with Jake. Jake was very instrumental in helping us, get involved and get selected. And a lot of the guys basically, they're all on the same accord as we're playing for a bigger cause, because Taj has a foundation, which is the Taj Gibson Foundation, New York City-based nonprofit that deals with undercity youth. So these guys was like, listen, we're playing for, to like help these kids. So, that's really the guys committed on. They understood like the job at hand is to win this money for these kids.
And Taj, what was it that you saw at Rucker Park last year that really made TBT stand out to you from a basketball standpoint?
Well, from a basketball standpoint and a fan standpoint, just a guy who loves the game, who's trying to give back to the game every day. I was just inspired. I seen guys who love the game, who who I haven't kept up on, who I haven't seen in maybe a few years, still playing hard, still in practice, listening, asking the coach different topics. And these guys are having a full-fledged practice, going hard, team, helping each other out, holding each other accountable. And I'm like, these guys are really playing for something. And my goal is the whole point about this goal is to try to help the community too. But my main thing is helping these young men too, give them another opportunity on the big stage of the TBT and to keep growing. This is my first shot doing this, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing this for years to come because I love the game, and the game has given me and my family and Tamik and our family so many great memories and so many great things. So why not just give these guys a chance to go out there, especially play for them? They want to play for the community and they want to do the right thing. So I'm just trying to help give guys a great opportunity to stay on that top stage.
The roster is very solid. You got Vanderblue, point guard. Everyone knows him. He's great. You got Devin Funches, who we talked about earlier. Dog. I think the team is missing like a 4/5 that really has NBA experience. Yeah. What do you think about lacing it up for TBT?
Yeah. The thing about it is it's super competitive. That's the thing. You don't want to go out there and get too over ambitious. Don't start feeling yourself because the TBT will humble you. Last year, I really seen every game, and every team brought it down to the very end. And being in my first year, and in that first year, we got a lot of people to prove wrong. We're looking forward to it. But I'm still looking forward to that first practice because we're going into a sold-out arena, and this is the big leagues.
Yeah, you got a tough first-round matchup against Boeheim's Army, the Syracuse alumni team in Syracuse. Meek, I'll ask you this first: were you excited that you got that matchup, or were you like, "Come on, we just put in all this work, and now we got a 2021 champs at home"?
I love it. We're Brooklyn, New York guys, so we like the type of ruckus and we want to disrupt TBT in a positive way, so we're highly slept on it, which is cool. And I love our team because the guys have chip on their shoulders. Like they're playing for opportunities, so we're going to come in there hungry and aggressive, professionally, but we're going to bring the fight. We're not running away.
And Taj, what do you think of that first round matchup?
I think it's inspiring. I'm looking forward to just going into being in the atmosphere. I'm looking forward to our players just getting that first game underneath that belt. It's even better just to go into a hostile atmosphere to just get the jitters out right away. And I think it's great exposure for our guys. That's one thing I'm excited about this tournament. I've been watching it for years, and I always wanted to really have a team in it. And for to finally have a team in it at this stage, and to just give these guys the great opportunity to really play on this stage, man, I'm super grateful. I'm super excited for this.
Is there an environment in the NBA that's like underratedly hostile that like you wouldn't expect? Like if you're watching on TV, doesn't maybe look that crazy, but in your opinion, you're like, I hate going and playing in this arena.
Philadelphia, I would say. Philadelphia. It's a few like that. It's a few arenas. Sacramento. It's some places out there that really rock you. Like Phoenix it seems like it doesn't get a lot. Phoenix gets crazy. But the NBA as a whole is just growing, you know. Each day the NBA is just growing. People are getting more into basketball. And things like this, tournaments like this, is keep people more engaged in loving the game of basketball. And it gives pros a real good chance to stay in the light, to still get a chance to get another contract. And I'm excited, man. You just don't know how pumped up I am for this, man.
So I want to transition a little bit, a couple NBA questions. Me, this one, I'll start with you. I told Taj before the interview, I'm a huge Bulls fan. Taj was, one of, if not my favorite players on those D Rose and Taj Bulls teams.
Yes, sir.
I'll reveal mine in a second. Do you have a favorite all-time Taj highlight? Because I got one that I'll share after you go.
I have two.
Are they both the same game against the Heat?
No, it's two different games.
All right.
So this game, he crossed Chris Kaman, and I think he caught an N1 dunk. And the reaction in the stands, they was like, I didn't know Taj can do that. And it was just so dope because I've been playing with Taj since he's like 15 years old, and I've seen his growth. I remember, not to go too much off topic, he went to school in California, and he came back for the summertime, and he's dribbling better than me. But the next time is when he caught that putback N1. I mean, CJ Watson threw it back, and he posterized D Wade. Definitely. That's when the word was introduced to Taj Gibson.
So that was a great transition, Taj. My question to you, because my little brother and I, we were like, all right, the Bulls are winning the championship. Taj, the Bulls are winning the championship. Did you feel that way after the putback dunk when you guys were up like 30? Were you like, all right, that's it, we're gonna win this series and we're gonna win the NBA championship?
That's kind of at that stage in my younger years, I was like, oh my God, I think we got a chance to win the championship. We got a chance. And then you get rocked. And then you get that first humbling situation where it doesn't go as planned. It doesn't work out the way you expected. And to be honest with you, I felt everything was so positive. You felt all the good energy. And that's a prime example as I'm trying to explain to Tamik and explain to hopefully the guys. We can't take it for granted, man. We gotta. If we feel you got something going, you got something good on the ropes, take advantage of it. I think about that series every day. Every day I wake up in the morning, it's like as soon as the alarm comes on, boop boop boop, I'm thinking about it. That's one of those good memories of my early life.
What are some other memories that really stick with you? Maybe they're positives, like you wake up and you're like, I still can't believe I did this or we did that.
Every day, as a professional athlete, I wake up sparingly, like in the middle of the night. I may just wake up, go in my backyard, and just pace for a while, just to collect myself, to calm down, or the physicality of the game, the toughness of the game, the bloodshed tears of the game, the camaraderie of the game. This is the things that bring the game, that bring us together. Just being in a huddle, hostile, team banged up, maybe 4 games, 5 nights, and you still pulling it out. You still getting a chance to get a W, go in the locker room after the game, bust open some brewskis in our generation, the older guys, maybe get some couple beers after the game, after a tough game. That's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? And I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes just thinking about those urges and that passion, like, man, ooh, that just wakes me up. I don't take it for granted at all every day. Every day I'm crying, I'm thinking like, man, I love this game. I don't take it for granted, bro.
Who are some of the players that you would hang out with the most? We could start with when you were on the Bulls, but like, you guys won a tough game. A few of you guys are grabbing beers, like you said. Who were like maybe, three of the guys that you were typically hanging with?
To be honest with you, that Chicago team, I hung out with everybody. We always hung out together. I hung out with Derrick. I would go to Joe, hang out with Joakim. I would hang out with Jimmy. But Wild Dang was like, he was like the captain. You go to his house just to check in and ask some questions. Brad Miller, Kirk Heinrich. Kirk, if you're watching this, I hope you're watching this. I love you, bro. I miss you. But I just hung out with everybody. I'm a team-oriented guy. That's the main thing. Just when you're around good groups of guys and great teammates, you hang with everybody.
You can't forget Booz and Ronnie Brewer too.
Booz, Ronnie Brewer, Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
The list of that team, CJ Watson, it goes on. It's all my family for life, man. Like when you go in these games and you coming out busted up, black eye, like you going through some stuff, man. Like I'm looking forward to the guys as this Taj Gibson foundation team keeps going. Hopefully we're blessed to keep going in TBT for a long time, just to keep those same memories going for years on and pass it on, man.
I think we need to get Stacey King to call your guys' games. What do you think of that?
Oh man, if we get that I gotta call Stacey back anyway. So if we can do that happen, fingers crossed, man.
This is what we have as the team description for Team Gibson. I don't know if you saw it. In the words of Chicago Bulls color commentator Stacey King, Team Gibson will look to bring Taj Gibson's hard hat lunch pail mentality to TBT this summer. What do you think of that?
That's the plan. That's the plan. As long as once we get that staple, that's what our team is about. That's our motto. We're gonna run with that. And then I'm really excited for our group because, like you said earlier, we got a bunch of guys who are eager to show what they can do and eager to prove people wrong.
Meek, question for you. So I obviously had my own opinions as well. There were teams that I hated when Taj's Bulls would go up against. Were there teams when you watched Taj play in the NBA that you were like, oh man, this is a mismatch for Taj? Like we gotta get him into good positions here.
The Knicks, for some reason, he used to kill the Knicks. We loved the Knicks, but he used to kill the Knicks. Like I used to love when he played against the Knicks because I used to love to hear the Knicks fans. Oh man, he used to kill the Knicks. So I would say the Knicks. Every time he played the Knicks, yeah, he had a lot of good moments against the Knicks.
Taj, what do you think? Who's one of the teams that you felt like you always could get the edge against?
I don't know. I like playing in the Central Division. I like playing against Indiana. At that time they had Hibbert, they had Roy Hibbert, they had Delonte, they had West, Lance. I just like going against those Pacer teams around that time. The Knicks, one of the teams, because you love playing home. But yeah, I would say those two teams, the Knicks, the Lakers, Pacers, those are the three teams I like to play against.
All right. One final question for you. So in TBT, we got the Elam ending where the clock goes off under 4, add 8 points to the winning team score, play to that.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick any of your former teammates to score all 8 Elam ending points, like if there was one guy that would score all 8 points in the Elam ending, who would you pick to do that?
I've been a part of some good team. Guys, if you're watching this, I love you. But I got at least go with, I got 3 guys in my mind, three teammates that I really, it's tough. It's tough. I can go Brad. I got 4. I can either go Brad, Bill. I can go Derrick Rose, but for sure, Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler. Those are my brothers right there. Those guys, those guys is the stone cold killers when it comes to those last minute shots, those tough shots. Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, hands down, those are my top 2 picks right there.
I feel like Jimmy Butler could be 0 for 12 heading into the Elam ending, and then he'd go 4 for 4 in the Elam ending, just getting to the basket and scoring every time.
Yes. And it's been time in practice. I used to be with Jimmy, and it'll be days where he would just make all buzzer beater shots on us. Like, I'm like, yeah, he's different. You'll see the growth. Like, yeah, he's like, same with Derrick. Like, it's guys not even phased. They want that shot. And I was lucky and blessed enough to play around some good players. And those are my top 2 players right there.
All right, so this is your fault that I have another question.
That's fine. Shoot.
My next question. When Jimmy was a rookie and Tibbs wasn't playing him or he wasn't ready to play, did you see it in him right away? Like, all right, this guy's a dog. This guy's got it. Even as a rookie when he wasn't necessarily getting to show it in the games.
Well, I'm gonna give you the real spill. So think about it like this. I'm gonna put you in the shoes of a rookie. You coming in, you're the man in Marquette. You come into a team down the street from your college. You go to the Chicago Bulls, a team that's playing in the playoffs, being a contender, quote unquote contender. He's young, he's playing behind Luol Deng. He's skilled, he has all the talents, but he's still trying to figure out that rhythm. The NBA is about that good rhythm and knowing your pace and getting some reps. It was hard for him to get reps. He's playing around Luol Deng. So the determination of just having him around us every day in practice, he's on my team. So my team is the second unit. So every day I got to hear Joakim's mouth. I got to go against Carlos Boozer, who's physically 280, brick muscle. Then I got Joakim Noah, who's constantly talking trash. Derrick Rose, who's the fastest point guard in the league at the time. And you're going against all these attributes of guys, and you're the guy trying to get minutes in there talking trash to you every day. Every day. Get our bags, Rooks, every day. Then you got Tibbs on you. You're not going to get any minutes under me. You better come in here. You better show me some toughness. Every day. Now you wonder why Jimmy comes out like he's Bane in Batman. Like he really went through the tunnel. Like I went from earning my points from earning every shot I took. At one point, Jimmy was coming in the game and Tibbs would snatch him just for taking a mid-range jumper. Now you're going from seeing him just hitting mid-range jumpers to win games. That was just seeing the transformation of the process and the mental capability he had. Because I worked out with Jimmy for many summers. Them workouts, some of the best workouts I have in my life, had me some of the tip-top shape of my life. So, yeah, you see the improvement. You see the finished product right now.
So what I'm hearing is that you're, one of the main reasons that Jimmy Butler is good.
Oh, yeah. You see, man. Yeah, I got to throw him in there. Jimmy, you see me, I was in there with you, huddle with you, baby.
All right, so final question. I promise it's the last question, but actually it's a little unique of a question. I'm flipping the tables on you guys. You become the interviewer. You got to ask me a question before we get out of here. Taj, I'll start with you. You got to ask one question. It could be about anything.
Okay. If you had, it's kind of in a way, it's going to be one or two.
You can ask as many as you want.
All right, number one. If it could be any team that you could play 1 year for in the NBA, what team would it be? And at what capacity are you willing to do whatever it takes for the team? Depends on the circumstances.
All right. Like any team all time or current team? All time
and current.
All right. Are you asking me to help you make your decision where you're playing next?
No. I'm just asking you. You said it's my question.
All right. All time, I would have picked the Bulls team that we talked about earlier, where you had the dunk on Wade and then the putback dunk. And Reggie Miller said, "I've been to the mountaintops and back, and Taj Gibson's up at the top." I would pick that team. I would do whatever it takes for that team. I wouldn't have needed to play a single second. I would have rode the bench. I would have been the 12th guy, which means I don't even get to scrimmage in practice.
Oh no, you get to scrimmage in practice. That's the thing they don't tell you. The 12 to 15 guys, you get to practice every day with the coaches. So even after the practice, you're going to get the 4-on-4s, the 5-on-5s. Don't worry about that. But
all right, I like it. I would have been a big part of practice, helped everyone get better. If I could pick a current team, I want to go play for the Lakers. I want to be one of LeBron's, sit in the corner, get the ball and hit threes. I want to play.
That's more pressure now. That's more pressure.
I want to be the guy that the Lakers fans are like, get rid of this guy. He's terrible. It's the trade deadline. Like, why aren't we moving Andrew? I want to be that guy. I want to be in the news. I want to hit a 3 against the Nuggets in the playoffs. That's but
to try to cut you off. So you want the Dylan, so you want the Brooks coverage.
Yeah, I want to be Lonnie Walker is basically what I'm saying.
Oh, Lonnie Walker. Okay.
Last year's Lonnie Walker.
Okay. Oh, that's it. But hey, you willing to go through the highs and lows the way Lonnie went through? To finally have the big up.
I want Steph Curry to sign my jersey and say, "You killed us in Game 4, man," or whatever he did this year.
Yeah. Well said.
I actually, in my rec league game last night, I played pretty well. I would have gotten.
Oh yeah, you get buckets. You get buckets.
How many buckets you had? How many rebounds? How many? Let me see if you all learn. How many rebounds you had, man?
Rebounds, probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah, all right, my man.
5 or 6.
I like
Push the ball on the break a little bit, couple assists. Probably had like 22, 5 and 5. Great rec league.
Okay. Yeah. It's solid.
Ice bath after? Or no, I
can't
after
walk. I literally can't walk today. My Achilles is killing me. My right calf is killing me. I got a shoulder thing. I feel like I said before the game last night to my teammates, I was like, I feel like this is about to be game 78 of an 82 game season. I'm like, I'm banged up everywhere, man.
Oh man, yeah, sound like you need a trainer over there, bro.
Taj, did you have a second question, or was that a 2-parter?
That was a 2-parter. It was a 2-parter.
All right, Meek, I'll flip it to you.
What do you? This is basketball because I love basketball. What do you think about the in-season tournament that they in the NBA just announced? What do you think about that?
I think it's cool for fans, and it sounds like it's only one extra game. Like only the 2 teams in the championship will play an extra game. I do think maybe if they dropped it down to like 72 games and then did the in-season tournament and made those games separate from the season. Like, I think it's a little weird that like in December, they're playing a game that counts towards the NBA standings and also counts towards the in-season thing. I think it would have made a little more sense if they reduced the schedule and then the in-season tournament games didn't count towards the standings. But I think it doesn't really matter what I think about it. Taj, what do you think about it?
I like it. I think it's worth it. I think the main part, as soon as opening night comes, you feel the intensity, you feel both teams understanding, like, yeah, this is the real deal. This isn't preseason. And then that fourth quarter clicks in. For the last 15 years of my career, every time that opening day, fourth quarter comes, the rest of the game is a blur. It turns into the whole playoff. Every game in the fourth quarter turns into a completely different game. So I think it's going to be more exciting for the fans, more revenue. The NBA is being smart about their moves, man. I think it's only for the better.
I think I wouldn't want to be the team that wins the first one, because I think people will like kind of laugh at the players and teams who win the first one. Like if LeBron's holding the in-season tournament trophy at the end, like Barkley, the TNT guys will make some jokes, but eventually, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, I think it'll be super, super cool. But that's with everything. It takes some time.
I think it'll be actually super dope, because every time I'm a big soccer football fan from watching Europe, and every time they win these cups, these tournaments, it's just something they kind of get used to it. They're not used to it, but they kind of like, they understand, like, this is this one championship of the year. This is one of our goals, and we're pushing this for something. I think it's only going to make the NBA better as far as NBA championship contenders understanding, like, this is our first goal. If we don't get that, we understand where we're at, moving along down the league, down the line, throughout the year. And guys are going to base that, hopefully in the future, hopefully we add more, but the league is growing. The league is just doing well, and it makes it open it up for even better younger leagues like the TBT to come through and show these young players can still play.
I agree with you 100%. I also think that they should use the Elam ending. That's what they for sure should.
Maybe in the works. You never know.
Yeah. We got
I think maybe next year too. Yeah, I think so. You got some good ideas, bro. Definitely.
Taj, you know that we have a soccer tournament too, right?
Huh?
We have a soccer tournament also that's winner take all $1 million. We just launched it this year.
Hey man, hey, we already swamped with trying to get the best players. That's a different bracket right now.
You just gotta come. You just gotta come to it next year. This year, listen to this. This is gonna blow your mind. All right. Chris Paul was there hanging out this year.
Okay.
Steve Nash was on a team. He was on the Italy team, Como 1907. Wow. West Ham had a team. Wolverhampton had a team. It's legit. It's big time. We got to get you involved next year. You got to come hang out.
I would love to. Yo, Meek, you hear that?
Talking now.
I think the only way you would be able to come is if you're in the NBA Finals, because it conflicts with the NBA Finals. So I would rather see you. I hope you're not able to come, but if you are able to come next year, you should definitely come.
Where's the location?
Last year it was in Cary, North Carolina. It was like it was like group play and everything. We did a whole World Cup in 4 days.
How many teams was it?
It was 32 teams.
Wow. That's super cool.
Yeah. It was a good time. Well, Meek, Taj, I appreciate you guys coming on. This was great. When you upset Boeheim's Army, I'll have you back on for another episode because it'll be
definitely good. We coming.
I love it.
That's the plan. I hope they take it easy on us, but I know it's going to be a tough one. I'm looking forward to our guys getting some good exposure, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
take care, Andrew.
Clocking out early, that's the dish I don't like. Been getting paid since I was riding on the bike. Hit the pedal with the 8th, hopping on the 9th flight. I've been chilling out of sight. I'll be at the bar tonight. Told the bartender, go and take my card to swipe. You try the same thing, but your card get declined. White rappers nowadays, no, we're not too hard to find. I'm so dapper with my ways, I'm gonna linger in your mind. Always told me good things will come to those who are patient, but I've been way too patient, writing bars in my basement. I'm anxious in the real world, it's time for me to say this. The basics, the talent in my mind, I can't waste it. My life is too safe, it's my time for it's taken. I'm baking my mind, every day is the same-ish. Lazy, my grind needs to get a new facelift. Coming from the underground and busting through the pavement. Rock with it, and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it, and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Now rock with it, and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it, and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Don't think that I'm playing because I'm saving the game, and I said that I will be more because oh yeah, that is so raving, racing and pacing around all these lames in my lane, out my way, unless you're trying to pay me. Not from the playpen, it's coming from the jungle. When you hear the bell, you better be ready to rumble because I'ma grab the gloves and I'm gonna flex my muscles. Go ahead and spit some bars, but you're probably just gonna mumble. A lot of rappers these days really need to get them humble because they think they at the top, they better stop before they stumble. Cause I'm swiping all their biddies while they swiping right on Bumble. And your girlie calls me daddy, but she only calls you uncle. But no, we not related, homie, no, we not some fam. You never get in clubs, you can't even get in sand.